Good morning, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am Guy, coming to you live from Applewood Station in Denver, Colorado, where it is a lovely -1 degree Celsius outside. It is what it is, folks. It is what it is. I have a project that is due in a few days, and I want to use Character Animator. So we're back in here trying to mess around with Character Animator again. Mobile, no. Web, maybe web. No, neither one of those are the correct size. I'm having a size problem, I guess. 1920 by 1080. Oh, that's you. All right, we'll make you, yeah, there we go. Made an artboard out of it. I don't know if I want an artboard. Do I want an artboard? Does anybody want an artboard? Who wants an artboard? I don't know if I want an artboard. All right, here we are. We're artboarding. All right. I was super entertained by something that I was working with, so I'm going to be working with that here. I'm setting it up here. And then I will It's been a while since I've used Photoshop, so I'm having a hard time remembering where things are. All right. Switch to drawing monitor. It really has been a long time since I've used Photoshop. See, okay, that's weird. I specifically said make an artboard that was 1080 by whatever, 19 something. 1920 by 1080. That's weird. That's just really strange. Didn't make it the right size. Like, this is one of the reasons why I don't use Photoshop. Just saying. I'm starting to feel like this may not be the right tool for the right job. We're not here yet. Because we are not here, we are here. we're here. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You're not dead, huh? Good morning. Unlike these guys, you're not dead. Just saying. These guys, nope. Don't use that one for your reference point. In fact, we will go the other direction for this reference point just to make sure. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to try to recreate this background. Right here. This is for a school project, so it's not for major consumption. Train took too long. Right? Man, we're never going to get to our destination, are we? No, Bob. I think this is the end of the line. All right. Oh, man. Nope. All right. You've been on the train too long, When. This is the old, well, I don't know. Might still be. We might still get to the station. It could happen. Anything could happen. I have to go back and clean that up because the windows go behind the chair or go behind the seat in this particular picture. So now I'm having to guess because there's a dude in the way. Man. Oh yeah. Oh, I could imagine that. When I was in Tokyo, it was the same thing. Although the underground stations didn't seem so bad. I mean, but yeah, it didn't matter. The above ground stations were the ones that were killing me. And I can't even imagine what Brooklyn stations would be like. Ugh. It's funny. There are certain places in the world where you don't need to say what state you're in. Like, you say Brooklyn, we know where Brooklyn is. Like Queens, we know where Queens is. Even if you're like me in the middle of Denver, like I know where Queens is. I know where Brooklyn is. It's kind of funny. Some parts of the United States are just, I live in Hollywood. Oh, okay. Yeah, we know exactly where you are. I find that fascinating. In an anthropological way, of course. There we go. Just extending out this windowsill. When I was a kid, I used to think that word was windowsill, which actually makes kind of sense. I mean, it's kind of the seal around a window, so it does sort of make some sense, but yeah. And my thought here, of course, is that, this is definitely one of those things you can totally empathize with these guys here. You're like, yep, I've been on that train that went way too long. We there yet? No. We there yet? No. We there yet? No. Right? Well, but I mean, I think like there's a whole lot of places where, I mean, I'm sure there's other Brooklyns too, But for the most part, anybody says Brooklyn by itself, you're thinking New York. Right there, right there, right there, and then you're thinking New York. Anybody, if I were to say I live in Brooklyn, then you'd be like, really? And you'd start like listing off places near you. You ever been to this place? And I'd be like, no, I mean Brooklyn, Colorado. I guess there's probably not a Brooklyn, Colorado, but let's pretend that there is a Brooklyn, Colorado. But yeah, I mean, like, I feel like people say Brooklyn, you just instantly think New York. There's an Ontario. Well, I don't know why I said that. I have driven through Texas. There's an everything, Texas. There's probably a Brooklyn, Texas. I would not be surprised if there was a Brooklyn, Texas. There was a Colorado, Texas. There was a Denver City, Texas. It's like, you guys did not have nothing better to do with your lives. Sad. Hey, Brent. Right. Denver City, Texas. That just, I don't know. I don't know, man. I got nothing. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know where it came from, but there you are. And especially being someone from Denver. Like, I'm looking at this going, Denver is like 5 miles away or whatever. That's just weird. You don't want to be half asleep anytime. Like, you'd be like, I'm lost. There's a Paris, Texas. And Paris, Texas is actually a rather large city. Like, Denver City is like a population of like 1,000 people. There's nobody in Denver City. There's a city called Good Night. There's a city called, I don't know, Quanah, named after Quanah Parker. Just wild. I don't know. If you're wondering, I'm boning up on my animation. Yeah. That's where everybody left my stream. Oh, man. We were in biology and biological anthropology, and she had all the bones out on the desks because it was the tables because it's a lab, and in front of me were all these skulls, and then you went around the room, and we got different parts of the body and things like that, and that was supposed to be part of the with the lab was we had to identify each one of these bones and things like that. And so naturally we got over to the table that had all the arm bones. I picked up an upper arm and looked at my lab partner and said, I found this humorous, and he stopped and he went it's like, now you're regretting being my lab partner right now. Mm-mm. And if this is going this way, this needs to kind of go this way too. Right? I'm going to be stuck with all these kids. All right. No. I have a paper to write. I also have a this to write, but this isn't a paper. So my biological anthropology teacher said at the beginning of the class, she's like, I know I've got a lot of people here who took this class because of the words prerequisite. So I don't expect essays. I expect what I call unessays. So said, what I'd like for you guys to do is you can do whatever you want to do as long as it shows that you understand the material. So she's like, you could make a song, you can make a whatever you want to do. Doesn't really matter. And so last unessay, I made a bunch of Springs comics where TB was visiting with RC, and RC made a single-celled amoeba that was life-size, of course, and then became a monster, and then tried to chase them, and they ultimately had to lock the thing away into a time machine, and then it went back in time 2 billion years and then evolved and became this new race of being, the silliness that it could only occur in Springs. And so she gave me an A on that one, 50 out of 50 points. So now I had this idea, since we were doing skeletons and bones and osteology, thought it'd be funny if I had a bunch of skeletons on a train complaining about being complaining about different things that happened after they donated their body to science. So, griping about the fact that nobody knows what happened to this particular bone or that particular bone or whatever. So I spun up Character Animator, and I'm going to make a bunch of characters, dub them in, stuff like that. That'd be fun. And I don't actually know why I decided they needed to be on a train. That's the vision that I got in my head. So here we are. It'd probably be easier if I just duplicated this layer. I'm just saying. Because then I could just go in here and just kind of do that. you work. Just making sure. Now it looks like they're all outside looking in, going, "Can I get in the train now? We've been waiting at the station for way too long." I want this to look nice, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. Now, devoid of skeletons, it doesn't look bad. I have to do some more work on it, but not a lot. You know what I'm going to say? Welcome back to the stage of history. I mean, what kind of skeleton train would we have if it didn't have, skeleton and holds? I don't know. I'm just working here. Morning, Pepper.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
Pretty good.
Good.
The oxygen people called me today to confirm everything, so I will be getting oxygen soon.
Hey, that's useful. No, that is not what I wanted to do.
It's very useful when you have hypoxia.
Yep. Yep. We like you alive. That kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, man.
Here's that. So I'm making a train. Look at my train. It looks like a train car. I'm pretty
Well, I
happy.
saw earlier that you had like a bunch of skeletons on those trains. Are you trying to say you have skeleton train instead of skeletons in your closet?
Yep, I've got skeletons in my train. I mean, it's me, so I'm much more interested in trains than closets. So it only stands to reason,
Sounds like a slippery slope.
right?
Yes, breathing is overrated. However, apparently the only way that my body absorbs oxygen at this point in my life is with me sitting up
That's not good.
and being still.
Both of those are somewhat difficult to do. Just saying.
Hmm. So like if I'm like walking around the grocery store and everything like that, like my oxygen levels go down. Like if I go just for a simple walk around the block, my oxygen levels go down.
Oof. This almost sounds like COPD in a lot of ways.
Um,
Except I know you never
like right,
smoked.
yeah, no, I did smoke for a while. From 16 to 21.
Oh, well, that's not enough to.
Yeah, it's not enough. I do have asthma, but this is something different. I have a bicuspid pulmonary valve,
Oh, yeah.
which basically, if anyone knows the anatomy of a heart and the valves that you're supposed to have, it means that there's like most people's hearts have like three flappy things that interlock and connect. I only got two.
Oh, man, that's not good.
So I mean, they work. They're not effective.
Right. They're not as effective as it would be otherwise.
Yeah. So
You get that.
mm,
Nope. So this is my project for bioanthropology. My professor is willing to take anything that proves that you know the material.
okay.
And we were doing osteology. So I'm going to put a whole bunch of skeletons complaining about how they didn't expect this when they donated their bodies to science. Like, this one's missing a clavicle, this one's missing a tibia. They put the hands on backwards. They rearranged all my lumbar spinal pieces, and so they're all just griping about all the things that the kids have done to them while they were in the lab.
You should put a non-human skeleton skull on one of them.
No, that's actually what happens. Is one of them has bear paws, because bear paws look like human hands if they are missing their claws.
Oh,
in fact, people have often called in the police because they found bear paws and thought, we found a human hand, But if the claws somehow get separated from the hand, then it looks like a human hand. And so one of the skeletons goes, I don't even think these are my hands. I think they're bear hands, So we got all that. I'm making every joke I can think of, as you might imagine.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So I'm just hanging out with you today.
I'm okay with that. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I miss hanging out with you.
Well, I mean, you live so far away.
I do, and now I'm in school. There's not much I can do about the fact that I just don't have the time anymore to do anything.
Well, I mean, you have some time, for school.
Yeah. That's right, we're getting there. The cool thing is, I'm going to have an entirely different world that I'll be working on as time goes on. We were talking about that yesterday. We were talking about where would I go? What would I do? I could travel the world and go watch different cultures do stuff. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it'd be a thing.
You'd be like that person in whatchamacallit, that weird Richard Dreyfuss movie where um, Jenna Elfman played like a either a girlfriend or a wife or something. I can't remember exactly, but basically they had like several kids and they faked an entire tribe of people,
Hmm.
and they even did like a faux. Uh, they did a coming of age ceremony, a fake one, where they show one of the kids basically getting circumcised.
Yeah.
It was funny. I want to be clear with this that this movie came out when it was socially acceptable for that type of material.
Yeah, it's just circumcision still sounds. It just sounds horrible. That's all. In and of itself, circumcision's no fun.
Well, not when you know it's happening.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't imagine.
I
Yeah,
don't think anyone sits there and wakes up one day going, "Oh, I want that."
right. I'd like to get my ears pierced, and
All of a sudden, like everyone's like, "Oh, but it's so fashionable." No, it's not.
right.
Just makes me wince.
Yeah. There we go. That's looking much cooler. I like it.
Cool. Speaking of embarrassing moments, I hope everything's going all right.
Yeah, I mean, all's
All right.
well on
I
this side
forgot
of the road,
context. I
right?
was told that I need to start doing context.
There you go.
You have a teenager. I
Yes,
hope everything is going well.
everything with my teenager is operating well at this moment. I mean, as well as one can expect from a 14-year-old. We're getting flack and chatter, but for the most part, it's okay. I have traded them screen time for um, being part of the community
Huh?
because that's been part of the problem is that they vanish and then you see them 3 days later and they have not showered or eaten or you're like, well, let's work on being part of the community. Like,
I mean, there's worse things that can be wrong.
that's true, definitely so, but
I would like to point out that there were times when I was in college that I met tons of people that, man, I had to ask those questions. Did you bathe today?
right.
Oh, I will. We'll talk to you guys later. Hey, Jacinta.
Right. Just gonna sketch this in a little here. This guy's got more trapezus than he really needs. have to remember that my professor is an osteologist. So probably doing the skeleton wrong will she will likely deduct points for that. So just saying. Although it's not actually very bad here. Well, maybe I should make them all lose their patellas. That'd be hysterical. I lost my patella. We all lost our patellas. That's the first thing to go. I'm actually kind of impressed. I got a lot of the actual skeletal structure here. These two skeletons are holding hands. That's cute. I'm like, they're holding hands. Then I thought about it and I'm like, that's a Toy Story joke, but I could do it. You know, the skeleton right here goes, "Are you holding my hand?" Cut back to him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you want it back?" See you later, James Brown. Have a good evening, or a good day. Have a good day. And a good evening. Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah, they're gonna be fine. And Pepper's back. And Pepper's front too.
Yeah, sorry. That was the adoption agency.
That's always good.
Yeah, no, we were just confirming certain things.
It's still a good thing.
Still not how good. Still not parents.
Oh man.
So I'd like to point out that I live in a weird area now. When you guys all get your wonderful weather of snow down there, I get none.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
It just nuns fall from the sky, huh?
yeah, none.
Yeah.
Yeah, none. They look a little bit like Sally Field.
That's true. Because they're flying. Makes
Yep,
total sense.
yep, exactly. Um,
You just got no snow after all of these things that we've gotten.
yeah, we
That's
have
weird.
my whole entire weekend we were snow free, and it was nice and chilly. I could walk outside without my jacket.
Mm-hmm. Well, this last weekend, yeah. I mean, we didn't get any down here really either. It was
Like,
all in the high country. All that
I mean,
last.
it was weird because everyone's like, "Oh, it's supposed to be snowing," and Bill's like, "It says it's snowing outside," and I'm like, "It looks sunny. What do you mean snow?"
Mm.
What's this snow you speak of? So, you gearing up for Wicked West?
Do I?
Are you gearing up for Wicked West?
No.
No? Are you
No.
not doing it?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I haven't. All of this change in my life, I haven't really kind of thought about what am I doing? What am I doing about tabling and stuff like that? I mean, I still
No.
have something I could sell, so it's not like I, wouldn't. But still, it's kind of like, wow, I hadn't thought about that.
Hold on one second, Jacinta. Sorry, guy, I'm gonna have to go again.
See you later. Now it's back to just us. Here's where I'm like, now it is Wicked West. Wow. It's right around the corner. I'm looking around going, I wonder if I'm on this list. Because if I'm on here, then I guess I'm at Wicked West and I didn't know it. There'd be an astromech builder club there. And Joe Oliver. That makes sense. And Bad Comics. That also makes sense. Okay, I'm not on the list. That's a plus. Because now if I decide I can't make this, Can't believe Wicked West is so soon. Then I just went to Wicked West. Huh. Well, that makes it easy. There's no table space at Wicked West, so I don't have to worry about it. My decision has been made for me, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Hmm. I am running out of steam. Pepper's back. Back.
Okay. I am not planning any more phone calls or planning for any more phone calls. Ugh.
I'm totally running out of steam on this project. I'm gonna go on ahead and just, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Whatever it is, I'm not doing this for right now.
Well, I mean, there's other projects that you can probably do.
Yeah. Part of it is I haven't drawn in so long that my right hand's a little tired and worn out.
Mm.
I haven't done this in a while. So,
That's what she says.
yep. That's what she said, totally. I'm going to sit here and just like be for a minute or two, chat with you, see how you're doing. We already kind of found out how you're doing, but still.
Yeah. I'm still. It's a very weird place I am mentally. Like, being told, oh yeah, your body is not producing oxygen.
Yeah.
So, um, I have weird stuff just happening nonstop, health wise. Seems like I just wish it would stop.
I hear that. I hear that a lot. I'm going to sort pictures. That's what I'm going to do. So there.
Sounds safe.
Yeah, right. I have like this billions of pictures thing, and it's like every time I do this, I'm like, ah, crap, I need to fix this problem.
Mm. I had what should we call it? My therapist was like, maybe you should do um, a comic about your life, like what's
No.
going on. And I was like, no one wants to hear about my life. No one wants to hear about my drama.
Is that no one wants to hear about it, or you don't want to draw it?
I think it's I don't want people to know my inner workings of my life.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds a little bit more like, wait, are we sure we want people to be that deep into my world?
No.
Right? I mean, legitimately. I don't know why I'm getting a medical clinic call. Oh, probably because this week we have to take kiddo to the medical clinic stuff, but that's right.
No.
I mean, like just regular checkup, nothing.
Nothing nefarious.
Yeah, nothing bad. Just the normal thing you do with kids. Send them to the doctor from time to time.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I when I was at the pulmonologist's office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there and we're talking, and I was like, I like literally told her, I was like, well, it was only like recently as an adult that this is like something normal for me to be in, like having a specialist and stuff like that. Like as a child, I didn't have this.
Right.
Like this is weird for me. This is not something that is natural for me to experience.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that's most people. And I was like, no, not quite. And then, like, I just said, like, one statement from that, like, described part of my childhood. And her eyes kind of went, like, oh, yeah, that would make sense then. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm also addicted to games right now. I don't know about you, but but
Yeah, me too.
It's like I decided to come on the show, and I was just like, I don't have anything to really do because
We only have 14 minutes left in the show anyway. So
yeah,
my thought was, we'll just sit here and chat for a minute or two. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
yeah,
So, I've got to sort through all of these pictures anyway, somewhere along the line. Like, I have all these pictures that need to have some kind of order into them, and I'm like, I have this old hard drive, and the old hard drive was starting to die, so I moved everything over to a new hard drive, and the old hard drive hasn't died yet. And I'm
mhm,
like, well, okay, but I probably ought to still pull all this stuff off of it and not have it
mhm.
there. So I'm just going through and selecting everything that's a JPEG and copying it over to. I bought a 16 terabyte external.
Okay,
I'm just copying everything over to that 16 terabyte external, which I will then unplug and set on a shelf over there in case anything happens to the main machine. Then I can just grab it and bring it back over, and
gotcha, gotcha. I know the feeling. I live. You know who I live with.
right? Same sort of theory here.
Yep.
So, which is kind of cool. But yeah, kind of just poking through, going, I drew a lot of pictures.
That's what happens when you're an artist.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even remember drawing these pictures, but these are definitely my pictures. I just don't remember doing them.
It's like what was it? Someone was saying something. Someone found like pictures I drew in high school, like someone I went to high school with.
Yeah.
She like showed me that she had them still, and I was like, I don't even remember doing them.
Right? That's my problem, is like half of these I'm like, wow, I don't remember doing this. I mean, I know I did.
And then I was like, I was so good in high school. What happened?
It's a whole bunch of Pathfinder titles. I don't even know what that means.
You need a new Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Do you need a new Pathfinder, or are you being driven to find a new path?
Oh, see, there you go.
That is a conundrum,
It
to
is
say the least. It's like it's one of those things of like, what do I do? What do I want to do in life? And you're like, I don't know, dude, just do you.
Yeah.
So
It's the stuff we do.
I think March kicks off also. Like March kicks off like my siblings having. Well, no, my younger sister was born in February, so no. So February was basically when my siblings' birthdays started like kicking in.
Mm-hmm.
And then this month, I have two siblings born in this month.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, it's like, I guess that thing. Like, people celebrate other people's birthdays in families, right?
Fair. Yeah.
So, I'm rambling.
That's all good. I'm
Rambling.
listening to you ramble. It's fine. Don't panic.
But uh, the one thing I can say is this year has been weird. I don't know about you, but it has been for me.
It's been pretty weird for me too.
Really?
Yeah, not as weird as yours, but and it's not a negative weird; it's a positive weird in my case. But it's really strange to think of me going back to school.
Mm, it seemed like you wanted to do it for a while though.
I did. It's it's not like it's not like this is alien or anything. It's just weird. It's a strange feeling. It's kind of like, well, here we are.
Well, it's not like 1980s song weird, right?
Right?
Where all of a sudden synths start going off and like you feel the heat of the night bomb, you know.
Are we quoting Glenn Fry here?
I think so. Yes. Yes.
Oh, this is not a normal show like it should be. This is exactly as it should be. Weird and strange and make you go, why are we friends with these guys?
And then all of a sudden it comes to light. No, Pepper's always been this weird.
Pepper's always been this strange.
Is like the part of me that is like that like actively remembers 90s stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
For some weird reason. Like I remember like some seriously alternative rock moments in the 90s history that just basically is like, oh yeah, I know like 5 people that are like this.
Right.
And someone's like, that's weird that you associate that song with your teenage angst.
Right.
And it's garbage. It's Garbage's song, I'm Only Happy When It Rains.
That is weird, but actually can't really blame you too much on that.
Well, I mean, one of the lines is like, after I'm only happy when it rains is I'm only happy when I'm constipated. So
some people are just only happy then.
yeah, some people are.
There's nothing we can do about that.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
So I also I also played a short run one shot which is funny. Like I did this one shot and I played as a I played as a this is D&D and a golem,
Mm-hmm.
which is essentially a chicken.
Okay.
Cool. And so I bought the D&D stuff to get the ability on D&D Beyond to make a chicken person. And I just want to point out that I made him Alan Adale was his name. If it sounds familiar, I played this D&D person as the character that narrates the Robin Hood, the furry Robin Hood by Disney.
Oh, awesome. Man, that brings back memories. Just speaking about the furry Robin Hood.
Yeah.
I love that movie when I was a kid.
So it was a fun time. Fun time.
Yep.
But uh, I just wish some people that I knew lived closer instead of like the trek that it takes to get to my house.
Yeah.
I know some people all the way down in Colorado Springs. That's too far.
Yeah.
By the way, Bill and I have been watching a ton of isekai too.
A ton of what?
Isekais or isekais?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Feel like we're stuck here. We're gonna just watch these things.
Yep,
Makes sense.
pretty much, pretty much.
I can't knock that. I mean, I guess I could knock it, but it wouldn't be appropriate.
You wouldn't because I could turn it around on you.
Exactly.
Be like, so you don't like that? Sure. Okay. So what did you watch last night? Star Trek
Star Trek again.
again?
How many times have you watched Star Trek? Just asking.
Did you actually watch it, or was it background noise? Because you've watched those episodes so much, you know you can quote them without watching.
Right. Exactly. I mean, because that would never happen.
Mm. So the one thing that I find the one thing that I always find funny is when you're talking about older episodes of like from TV. Like Bill watches occasionally rewatches like Murder She Wrote, right?
Mhm.
There's certain gimmicks in like every single first season of the '80s shows, and it's funny. It's like that time period of the late '80s, early '90s. They did it like the first seasons. They always have those wacky noises,
Right.
and it comes to a point in one episode where you're watching it and every single time something weird happens or something happens where someone finds a dead body or it's just like a oops, there's like a really weird boing.
Right.
And so there's this girl on or there's this YouTuber um, and she I believe it's Pushing Up Roses, I think is the channel called.
Okay.
Anyway, she reviews old episodes, and one of the things that she reviews is Murder She Wrote, and she's like, "It's bonkers." So,
Fair.
but
Yep. Murder She Wrote's an interesting show. I mean, like I've watched enough of it to be able to at least have an opinion of Murder She Wrote. But yeah.
I would like to point out that we watched in this order: Golden Girls, Murder She Wrote, Star Trek, and then I can't remember the last show, but we watched those three a lot
I
together.
lied.
Together.
Yep. That makes sense. Golden Girls is lovely too.
It's on Hulu if you ever want to watch it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten Hulu yet. Although Shogun's now running on Hulu, and I really want to see Shogun.
Yes. Bill is wanting to start that one as well.
Yeah.
I just feel like me and Bill watch so many animes at this point. Like, I don't know how I feel about watching more things about the feudal era of Japan.
Fair.
Because one of the animes I watch and Bill doesn't is actually one from that is based in that time period,
Okay.
and it's coming out like one episode at a time, and I really don't like. I want animes to just come out all at the same time.
Right? I'm actually kind of thinking that I'm going to wait for that very reason until all of Shogun's out.
Yeah,
For exactly that reason.
yeah. Also, Hulu. If you have a Disney Plus bundle with Hulu, it's actually cheaper for the Hulu cost.
Yeah, I might do that.
But I also don't. I don't know if you have Disney Plus.
No, I have Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. I think Bill just went in and changed the way that the subscription was type deal.
It's fair.
You can message me.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Because Crunchyroll is under my account, and then all that other stuff is under Bill's.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there's some restream things in here. It means there's some of our shows are saved. I'm looking through the old hard drive to see if there's anything on here we want to save or rescue.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, hey, look, this looks like there's some of our shows that are on here.
Some of our original shows.
Yeah, some of our originals on here. So I might want to move those over to a spot. So, that'll be cool. But it's 11:04. I have to go to class.
Stupid class.
I know. But I like this class. This is my cultural anthropology class.
Woo.
I likes that class lots.
Nice.
Yeah, right?
All right. Well, you go have fun at your class.
I will. Good talking to you. I'm glad you joined me for a little bit. Even if we're just talking, this is still fine. I really like this. So
Okay. Well,
I've got no problems with this.
I just wanted something to free up my mind because I have chores.
Yeah. Oh boy, I feel that one in my soul.
I literally just got done with half of our laundry yesterday.
Yeah, I definitely feel that one in my soul. All right, my friend.
All right.
I will
See you
talk
later, Tater.
to you. Bye-bye.
Keep your eyes on the stars.
Right? Keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.